Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial, and we are going to try to recreate this library card pocket. It is using papers from the Bloom collection, and so I will try to also list all the measurements below the best I can. And so let's get started. So first thing you're going to need is white cardstock. It doesn't have to be heavyweight, it can be a lightweight. This is pretty lightweight. This is just cardstock from Hobby Lobby. And so, you're going to need 2 pieces for the library card pocket. You're going to need a base, and the base is 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then the pocket is going to be 4 1/16 by 3. And I've already cut those out right here. Okay, and so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to round the corners of the base. And I just take my little paper rounder here and punch the corners here so it's nice and round. And then we're going to take the pocket, and there is enough allowance on here for 1/4 inch all the way around. And so I do have my mini scoreboard here. Whoopsie. And so we're going to take our pocket, and I score it at, let's see, I go on this side and I score it at 1/4, and then I just flip it around to the other side and score it at, whoops, 1/4, and then flip it around to one of the longer edges, longer sides, and score it at 1/4. And so that leaves you with your score marks that you will then fold up. You can also take your bone folder and press these down. Just like this, and then I take my scissors and I snip the corners of these off right here like this. You can see that. Just snip the little corners off a little bit so that when it folds up in the back, see, I always fold it up like this in this, so you won't have any overhang off the edges. And so then you take your base piece and slide it in. And then what I do is I use this glue here. This is my favorite, the Fast Grab Tacky Glue. I use this all the time. I get this from Hobby Lobby. And so you'll have to excuse me. I always take the lid off with my mouth. Bad habit of mine. It makes crafting so much faster and simpler. And so then you just glue these sides down. Make sure your card is in there nice and snug. And then glue the sides down here like this. And you know what? Actually, you're supposed to glue the bottom piece here up first. So glue your bottom piece and then glue your sides. Okay, just like this. Let it grab on. I don't use a lot of adhesive tapes because I see a lot of times the tape, like if I receive something from somebody, the tape has come undone, you know, it's come loose, and then the project kind of falls apart. So I tend not to use much adhesive tape. I like to use my good old Allen's Fast Grab Tacky Glue. And I keep it upside down here in this little can that my daughter painted for me. Okay, so now that's nice and stuck on here. Also, on a few of mine I did stitch this around the edge here before I adhered it down, but On this one we're not going to. And then you can also, if you like, you can take some Tim Holtz Distress Oxide, and this one is frayed burlap. And I like to get just a little bit of that on my little foam applicator here and just kind of brush the edges. Just like this. And then if you want to, you won't really see this. So, you know, this is optional. Depends on what you trim the top of your card with or your pocket with. You know, it's really not necessary to do that one right there. Okay. And so, let's see, after we do that, I also have the template here for the front cover here that will fit right over the top, and it does leave a little overhang, and this looks like I cut it just a little too short, so looks like we need to add on just a hair here at the top. So I've got the measurements on here, 2 5/8, so we'll make that a little longer than that, and 3 1/2 wide. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Okay, and so I am using the Bloom collection, and so I've got my bloom pad here. Flipping through, I'm going to use this paper right here. So tear that one out. If you're following along, you can use any paper you want, but to recreate this one, this particular library card, this is the paper I used. Okay, and so then you can just line this up, and if you make a template, it just makes things so much easier if you're going to make more than one. Like if you're like me and you're like, oh, these are so cute, and I forgot to make this one longer, didn't I? It's okay, because we're going to cover it up with a piece of trim at the top. But like I was saying, if you're like me, you're going to be like, oh, these are so fun, I'm going to make a whole bunch. So if you make these templates, it makes things go by so much faster. You don't have to remeasure each time you go to cut all your papers, which I was doing until I decided to make myself some templates to make life easier, right? Let's make life easier. Okay, and so then we have this piece here that's going to fit on here, and it's okay that I have this little gap here, because later I'm going to attach a piece of trim up here and you won't even see it. So on mine I did stitch around it, and that's optional. If you don't mind, I think I will run this over to my machine and stitch it, and I'll be right back. Okay, yay, I'm back. So I stitched my cover piece here, and you know what else I like to do is I like to take my scissors, and I also left these little threads sticking out here because I think that is so cute. But you know, you don't have to, you can take them off. So I like to distress the edges here of my paper because I like things kind of shabby, but not everyone does. So that's just optional. So I just take my scissors and just kind of rough the edges up a little bit, like this. Whoops. And it's okay if you cut in a little bit. Well, that's a big one. It'll be okay. And that's the top, so that's not necessary to distress it. So here's the piece I have now, and we are going to glue it right on top of here. Sorry, okay. Let's stick this right on here. Okay. That's nice and stuck down now. And so my next step would be, let's see, we're going to cut the banners. And so here are the banners I have, and I have the measurements here, 2 1/8, 2 1/8 by 2, 1 7/8 by 1 1/4, and 2 1/2 by 1 1/4. And so we're going to cut these out next. And so for this one, I used this paper right here. This one did come out of the large pad, but this is also, you know, available in the small pad in a smaller print. I just like this large print really well. And it doesn't have to be exact. Like if your paper's just a little short, it's okay. It will work. So let's take these letters here. And so use my little template here. We're going to cut out this flag here, and then I take my little pinking shear scissors, whiskers, and I cut the edge just like that. And sometimes these scissors don't work so well. Sometimes they leave a mess, but worked pretty well this time. And so we're going to adhere this one right here, and it doesn't have to go all the way up to the top. That's I think we will though. I think we'll, and I like to leave just a little stitch showing right here. So let's stick it down. Whoopsie. That's what I like about this glue, is if you mess up, you can move it around a little bit. It dries fast, but I mean, you can move it around a little and get things lined up. Okay, and so the next one is going to be this piece right here. And so this is the paper I used on this one. It's this blue paper with the rose print. And then we're just going to cut it out. Okay. Let me put these up here. And then we're going to adhere this one next. Oops, sorry. Keep getting off a frame. And then line it up here. This one actually looks a little long, so I'm going to pull it up. Let's just cut it off. Let's go ahead and cut it off just a little. Oops. Bear with me. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here we go. Now we've got this one on. Let me get some little scraps here out of the way. Okay. And the next one is this banner here, this pattern paper. And yeah, I think I'm just going to move it up here, line it up. Like I said, these templates, they're so handy. You know, and if you're going to make more than one, you can just cut several out at once. And then we're going to make the little cut up in here. Okay. Oops. Set that aside. Put some more glue on here. And then we're going to put this one about right here so that you see the points are, it's not like right on the edge of that, it's over just a little bit. And then you just try to line that up. Stick that one down. And so we've next would be, okay, next would be the trim piece that goes across here. Let me show you. So we've got the base on, we've got these little banner flag things on, and then next we're going to put this little trim on here. And if you don't have this trim, you can always use something like a piece of like a lace trim. You see that? That would be so cute. This little piece of trim that came from Hobby Lobby came on this spool here. Or there's even this stuff here would be cute across here. Let me see if I can hold this and lay it across here so you can kind of see. That would be cute too. So if you don't have a sewing machine and you can't ruffle, ruffle and sew, you can always do other trims. It doesn't have to be this trim piece, but I did go ahead and I pre-made one. So, whoops, it's upside down. So I have this piece here, and to make this, you just take your paper. Let me see. I have this tiny scrap here. So I have this tiny scrap here. So you just, let me look at my sample here. Okay, you take your paper here like this, and you fold it, and I kind of stagger it just a little, and then you fold it back down like this and kind of stagger it so that it looks like, I don't know if you can see this, it's not straight across. And then you just add a couple more little pleats in here like this, and then you can sew down that, or you could probably even stick some glue down in here and just glue the pleats down. And then I take my my scissors. We'll do this one. I pull my string up here because I always leave the thread on, and then just cut. Oh my gosh, I'm so shaky. I had too much Starbucks latte today. Let's see. And snip this up so that you wind up with this right here, this trim piece, and it'll fit nicely right across here. This one's from the Bloom collection, so we'll use it. So then you put some glue on here and stick it down. Oh, and the paper, I've already folded it, but it looks like it's 6 inches long before I pleated it, and it's 3/8 inch wide. And when I ruffle it all up, I believe I ruffle it up to measure 4 inches, maybe just a little longer, so that when you put it on your library card pocket, it overhangs just a little bit. So let me run it over and measure it real quick. Okay, it's 4 1/4 long after it's all folded up. So now we've got that on. And so the next step would be adhering the little deer. And so I wanted to show you, I did print and cut this using my computer and my printer, and then I stickled his legs. So I was able to size him small enough that he fits on here perfect. And so I wanted to show you also that this little deer that comes on the sticker sheet, he is practically the same size. He is the same size. So if you have the sticker sheet, you can just peel this little deer off here. So I wanted to show you that, and also wanted to show you that if you don't have any deer or whatever, something like this that you get from Hobby Lobby, this little rabbit, he would be so cute. Well, here, you probably have to stick him like right over here, on this side. But he would be so cute on there also. So I just wanted to show you that there are other options. And so to adhere the deer, let's get out our foam tape. This is Dollar Tree foam tape. And we are going to cut it down. We need to cut it down a little. I've got my adhesive scissors here. And we're going to, oops, stick, let's just put it right here so that when we stick it down, it's not going to hold the other. When we adhere him down on here, he's not going to stick to this flag, so he'll only stick to the yellow flag, so it will still be loose. You see what I'm saying? But I also want to put a little piece on his head. I think he needs a little piece right here. Okay. Take the, and then we're going to adhere him about right there. There we go. He's attached. See how he still flips up and down? So that your project's not, you know, just all glued flat down. You've got a little bit of dimension going. You know, it adds a little bit of interest. Okay. And so the next thing we're going to do is I like to take my gold scrap cardstock, and I'm going to punch a heart, and then I'm going to glue this one on right here, embellish it up a little bit. So we're going to stick that one right there. Hope you can see that. Okay. And before I put on my Nuvo drops, because I do like to put Nuvo drops on things, before we do that, I want to put our little rose piece back here. And so this one I also print and cut out with my silhouette. And so it's not one that comes in the pack, but I did want to show you that. There's others that come in the pack of ephemera, the ephemera packs, that would be, you know, just as pretty on here. So you stick this one on there, or even this one on here, just like this. I like to leave them hanging off the edge just a little. So I wanted to show you that too, that those are available. But this is the one I did use, and so I wanted to try and recreate it the same way. I had it upside down. Let's see. We're going to put it right there, so let's put some glue on it. Okay. And I've got this little leaf sticking out, and I've got this little leaf sticking out over the edges. Okay. There we go. Got that all stuck down. Got some of my stuff. We're going to need our stickles too, so. Okay. So next let's do our tags. So this is the tag I used in my original, and so I really like the black and white contrast against all this. I think it's so pretty, so I would like to put this one in here. And then also there are cut aparts in the large paper pad that you could cut out and stick those down in here like this. That's adorable. Or we can cut out our own tags with my handy dandy library card tag template, and it is 2 1/4 wide by 4 inches tall. And you take your template, let's line it up here with the last one that I cut. Okay. And then we're going to cut out our template, cut out our tag using our template. I kind of got a little messy with that one, I think, which is fine. I'm going to keep this one for myself. I do like to make extras, especially if it's something I made that's that I thought turned out super cute. I do like to make extras. Oh, and here we go. After we cut that out, we're going to turn the hole punch around the right way, hole punch it, and then what I like to do is take some pink paper, and here's how I make my hole reinforcers. I take my punch and I punch a hole, and then I take I've misplaced it. Here it is. I take this punch or a circle punch. My circle punch isn't working so well. I need a new one. And so I take this punch here. It says it's a 1/2 inch punch. I believe I got it at Hobby Lobby. And then just punch that out, and then you have like this cute little tag hole reinforcer. And so that's what we're going to use. Oopsie. Okay, so we are going to glue this on. Oops, I'm sorry, I keep getting out of frame. I'm kind of having a little bit of allergies today, so if you hear me breathing hard, it's because I can't breathe. Okay, I'm going to glue over my fingers. And then we're going to adhere that, and see how super adorable that is? It's so cute. And so we're going to do that, and then that one will go in there, and then we could make a couple more. I like this one also, this paper. It's super cute. Let's see if I can make this one super fast. You know, and if you don't have a tag and die, having a template just ready all the time is so handy. See how fast that was? Whoops, forgot to punch my hole. And then we're going to punch a little hole here. Okay, and also I went ahead and pre-made this one, because if you don't, I was thinking if you don't have this available, you could always get like this paper from Hobby Lobby and stick it in here, and it's still super cute, isn't it? As long as you got the black and white, I think that's what you need, is black and white. And you could put a piece of gold washi across the bottom here, or even cut out a piece of your gold cardstock, like, oops, just a little strip here like this, and attach it. That would be adorable too. So I wanted to show you that. You could get the black and white paper from Hobby Lobby if you can't get your hands on this one. I just happen to have an extra pack, so I was able to have an extra one of those. Let me get this off my glue. I think I'll stick this hole reinforcer on. Get a little messy sometimes. Oops, sorry. Okay, and so here's another cute little tag ready to go. Stick that one in there. I think we'll just go ahead and pass on making this one for now. And so my next step would be, it looks like the Nuvo drops. Oh wait, let's go ahead and let's tie a bow. I've also had a request to show how I tie my bows. So we'll see if I can do this in explain it or show it so that it can be understood. So we're going to try and stay in frame. Let me see here. Let's see if I can move some things out of the way. So to tie my bow, I first tie the first little tie and then make a loop at the bottom, and then I take the top piece, pull it around, tuck it in here, and I may have my ribbon too short. We may have to start over. So then I just pull the tails, pull the bow, pull the tails, pull the bow, and I just keep adjusting the, I don't know if you see this, the bow and the tails until I get it just perfect. And then you can put your fingers in these little loops here. And I like to use seam binding. It does get smashed in the mail a little bit. It's so adorable. I love seam binding. And so just fidget with it a little bit. And there you go. There's your cute little bow. And then you can just take your scissors and kind of angle the ends. And there you go. You've got your adorable bow. It looks so cute on this black and white. So this is what we've got so far. So next we are going to, let's see, I also had this little bow paper clip on here, and I had the word adore. I do believe I cut that out of one of the paper pads, but I'm not sure which one. So I believe it was a cut apart. Let's look right here. I don't see a door, but I see such a lovely day, and I think that would be super cute, so let's do that. So we are going to take your cut apart page and snip out such a lovely day. And then we're going to tuck that in there so that now it looks like this. And next I want to, let's take our stickles. Okay, so let's take all our stuff out and set that aside. And we're going to take our stickles, and everywhere that, whoops, sorry about that, everywhere I see like white, like on the rose, I like to just spread a little stickles on there. And we will have to let this dry before you stick your tags back in there. Okay, that's good. That adds just a little touch of sparkle. See how cute that is with the sparkle and the glitter. We've got some gold. And so next I want to take, oh, and if you're wondering, this stickles is, I don't know unless it's just this here crystal. But, yeah, I think it's crystal. So then I'm going to take this Nuvo drop here, and this one I believe is bubblegum. Let's look right here. Bubblegum blush. So I've got bubblegum blush, and I use this one a lot, so this was a great investment. And this one is duck egg blue. Right here, duck egg blue. It's a really pretty color too. So we're going to take our little Nuvo drops and we're going to put a drop of Nuvo here. And that blew a little air bubble, but it's fine. And we're going to put one here. Another little air bubble. Try to work it out. You know, I just realized too that, let me show you, on my yellow flag here, I distressed the edges too. And I just overlooked that when I was doing the tutorial just now. So you could also distress this flag here to give it a little more interest. I missed that on here. And then we're going to take the blue Nuvo and we're going to put a little blue drop here beside the bubble gum. And that's not perfect. Maybe it'll be okay. And that's it. We are finished. And here's this adorable library card that we've just recreated. And of course you don't have to use Bloom. You can use any collection, but I wanted to recreate this exact one to show you how I did it. And then we've got our tags and our little cut aparts too that go inside the pocket. And so anyway, if you have any questions, anything I missed, please comment below and I'll try to answer all your questions. And I will also put down all the measurements below too. So I hope you enjoyed my video and thank you for watching.